So hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Pixel Forge. So in today's video, I'm going to make a short tutorial for absolute beginners. Like suppose you are working on a team project in your college and you somehow manage to write your code. But then suddenly one of your team members asks you to push the code on GitHub and you are suddenly blank, panicking. Well, don't worry because this will be a life-saving video for you. Please note that I won't be covering very hard topics like rebase or pull request in this video. All we will be doing is we will be able to get the code on our laptop if it is uploaded on GitHub, and we will be able to push our code to GitHub in a super simplified manner. Now I will be using command for this video, and trust me, it's gonna make the work a lot simpler. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So first, we are going to need two things to get started. One is the GitHub itself and the other thing is Git. Now you need to search both in your favorite browser and you will be able to get them. Now Git is the website itself, so you just have to create an account and you are good to go. But on the other hand, the Git software, this you need to download onto your laptop. Now think of it this way, that if GitHub is the car which provides you with all the tools for your convenience, Git is the engine of that car that runs it. So for installing Git, it is pretty simple. All you need to do is just click here to download, and the installer will be installed for your respective operating system. Irrespective of whatever you are using, Git is available everywhere. So just run the installer, and then you'll have to set up two commands that will be showing on the screen. So you can just open your command prompt by typing Windows and CMD in your search menu, and the command prompt will be opened for the Windows, and there you can just enter those two commands and set up your username and password for the Git. Okay, so now that we have successfully installed both the apps, let's go to GitHub and create our first repository. So all you need to do is press on this plus create new button and click on new repository. So this will take you to your new repository section where we can just put some dummy details for you now. Like I'll create a repository named sample. The description will be sample only, and for now I'm doing the visibility public as it will be more convenient that way. Now what we'll do is we'll take this add readme. So this is generally a good practice to add a readme.md file to your GitHub repository. We will discuss this later. Okay, so like that you have created your own GitHub repository in like less than 10 seconds. So congratulations. Now how are we exactly gonna take this GitHub repository into our local computer? So you'll just click on the code and copy the link of the repository here. Now what you need to do is you open your file explorer, and from here you choose a path. Like suppose I want to copy the folder on this particular path. So what I'll do is I'll copy the path and then I'll open the terminal. So you can just open CMD by typing, like searching in Windows for CMD and pressing enter, and then we will do CD and the location that we copied. Just a second. So we'll do CD and we'll just copy this location, paste it here, and now we are in this location. So what we'll do is we'll do git clone and the repository link over here. So what this will do is it will clone the repository from the GitHub right onto your PC. So we have created a repository named sample here. So we'll just reopen the folder and we should be able to see the sample here. So Now what you can do is open this folder from your text editor, or if you are in the command prompt already and you want to open it from here only, then you can do code dot. What this will do is automatically open it into the VS Code. So and this is our repository, same to same. Now like in this repository, since we have cloned this repository from GitHub, it should already be initialized with Git. But if you are making this repository into your local computer and then you want to push the code onto the GitHub, then what you can do is you can just type git init. What this does is it will just initialize the repository. Okay, and then one more thing you need to do is you need to write git remote add origin, and you just copy the repository link from here, like this is the link we made for the repository, and just paste it. So it says remote origin already exists because we have copied it from GitHub itself, so the repository has already been initialized. This is for the new repo that we want to create. Like if we want to upload some file, like we want to upload a repository from our local computer, then we can use this method. Okay, so now congrats, you have successfully cloned the repo to your local computer. Now the next step is we need to push this code into GitHub, right? So we'll just write this is my first repo, and what we'll do is, now you can see this is the edited code. Now what we will do is you just need to write git add dot. Now what dot does is it just adds the current directory. So what it will do is it will add all the code right here to a local memory, like sort of a temporary storage you can say. And when we'll do after this is git commit -m. -m is a tag for message, and in inverted comma you will write your commit message. Now see, like I have edited this readme.md. Now in the GitHub it should mention like whatever I have done right here. So what we usually do is here we write update readme.md, like whatever changes we have made into the file we usually put it here. So just like that we have committed it. So what committing does is it doesn't make sure that this has been pushed to GitHub. It just creates a stash for it, like it's a local storage in the form of your edited code. It will contain your code and it is ready to be pushed to your GitHub. Now just a quick note that there is a concept of branches here. So what branches does is, suppose there are 3 people in your team. One is working on front end, one is working on back end, and one is working on let's suppose documentation and all. So what they will do is create their own branches. So there will be 3 branches like this. One will be main, front end, back end. There can be n number of branches. So what's the purpose of this is, like all the branches, they are derived from main only. Okay, so the main branch is your real branch, and if I create another branch from this one, like suppose I create front end, then front end branch will look exactly like this one. The only difference will be whatever things I change in the front end branch won't be depicted here, even if I commit the code in that front end branch. So it is a really great feature of Git, so that multiple people can work together. And what we can do later is we can merge that front end branch with our main branch. So what that will do is like multiple branches can be merged together, and if there is a conflict, like suppose I have edited the fourth line, this is my repo, suppose someone else has written this is my first, or something like that, so there is a merge conflict, then Git will ask us to solve it. So it will appear on the screen and we can just keep whatever we want and remove whatever we want, and we can just push the code into GitHub. So for now we will be doing this in the main branch only, but I'll teach you how to change branches. So we can do git checkout main. What this will do is this will change your branch to main. Okay, so it is telling that we are already in the main branch. Now if you want to create another branch, you can just add one extra thing here, that is git checkout -b, and then whatever you want, like I write hello, it will create a hello named branch. So I won't be doing that for now. Now everything is done, we have committed the code. One final thing you need to do is git push origin main, and what it will do is it will take the code from here and update it on the GitHub. So if we just refresh the repo, you can see here is the commit message that we wrote, update readme.md. so there is a commit history where all the changes that you do are written. So it is very essential that you write the commit messages properly according to whatever work you are doing. So like that, we have reached to the final verdict of this video. So hope you like the video. I have tried to keep it as simple as possible for absolute beginners. So if you like the video, please make sure to like and leave a comment down below, and please let me know like if I should make the video on advanced topic like rebase and pull request, maybe like whatever queries you have, you can put down in the comment section and I will be happy to help. So thank you everyone. Please make sure to subscribe the channel if you really love the content, and thank you.